Now let's talk about the 3 R's: relationships, relevance, and rigor when it comes to students that require special education services. Building relationships is important in any classroom, but even more so within the special education population. Students that require special education services often have self-advocacy issues or lack of self-confidence, whether it be stemmed from their learning disability or just a part of who they are at that time. Building strong relationships with students help them have more confidence, enjoy your class more, have the confidence to ask questions, and be overall more successful in your class. Building relationships needs to be a conscious and deliberate thing that a successful teacher does at the beginning of the year. After all, students work harder for teachers that they trust and respect. Teaching is more difficult when kids hold back because they don't trust the environment enough to participate, or because they feel disconnected. Next, let's talk about the second R, relevance. The more students understand how what they're learning is relevant to them and their community and their world at large, the more motivated they will be to learn. Because let's be honest with ourselves. We have at one point or another said, when am I even going to need this in real life? And then proceeded to give less than your full effort on an assignment. A good way to teach relevance is to answer one or both of these questions within your lesson. 1, how is this new learning or way of doing things going to benefit me as the student? Or 2, how is this new learning or way of doing things going to benefit the world outside of me, the student? I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that it's easier for me to learn about things when they have to do with me. And it's the same for students of all abilities because we're all human. The more an educator can relate the lesson to the students, the more they're going to pay attention. And oftentimes, the kids that receive SPED services have a hard time paying attention, and crafting the lesson to grab their attention is a great way to help them succeed. The last R, rigor. It is important to have a rigorous but attainable curriculum for students with SPED services. On-level general education curriculum is often too rigorous for students that require SPED services. Students have accommodations to allow the curriculum to be challenging while allowing the students to have a chance to succeed. The accommodations allow the students to deepen their understanding of the subject without feeling overwhelmed or left behind. Now, I want you to take a moment to think about which R you think is the most important for students that require SPED services. And next, we'll talk about which one I personally think is the most important, and we'll do some brainstorming.